Good morning. We're going to do the best deals in the marketplace in Pasco County for those people who are looking to purchase real estate. Right now, we always do an analysis of the market before we get started. Right now, there are 4,658 listings in Pasco County. This is a number that's been going up. 1,870 pendings, which is a great number. We were as low as 1,000 pendings back in the post-Helene, post-Milton market. Watching the 30-day solds, we're at 1,480. This is a pretty okay number. We had been as low as around 11 or 1,200 for 30-day solds. What we really want to do is get well over 1,500 on the 30-day solds and get over 2,000 or more on the pendings. But right now, actives at 4,658 square feet, 4,658 listings. So the question is, how do we analyze the value? The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take out all the condos and the townhouses, and we're also going to take out the 55 and older. We don't want to, well, you may or may not want 55 and older. And if you do, then that's fine. Just give me a call. There's 2,903 properties. Now, the best deals, and I don't know about what best means, but if you want to know the cheapest deals are in the flood zones. So let's just look at the flood zone properties. There's 532 flood zone properties here. And I recommend you don't buy any of these. This is an auction right here on Rushmore. This is a $450,000 house that's going up to auction. This is Gulfside Villas. These are all homes that likely flooded. $110,000 in Green Key. That Green Key house could have had 5 or 6 feet of water in it. Sandra, very low-lying. Sea Pines, definitely flooded. Horizon flooded. Royal Palm and Jasmine Acres flooded. Coral and Hudson flooded. And the question is, do you want to mess with these houses? And the answer is, I don't know, but I know I don't. So I am not going to advocate anyone buying in the flood zone. And further, if you get really into it, there's what's called mandatory evacuation zones, because you can buy in Beacon Square and in Holiday Lake Estates, and they're not flood zones, but they are mandatory evacuation zones. So taking those homes out, there's 2,330 properties. Further, we didn't have tornadoes except during hurricanes. And the way to mitigate your risk of buying a home that will be impacted is to buy block homes. I mean, look, it doesn't mean you're going to be safe in a block home in a tornado, but a frame house is going to be more challenging. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put block homes. We're down to 2,001 houses. So how do we analyze this? I mean, if you're willing to take a 1-bedroom house and there is only one of them, you have one choice, and that's a $375,000 house with 1 bedroom. That's bizarre. I've never looked at this, but okay, so that's not for us, or that's not for me. I don't know why I make it first person. Okay, when we're looking at 2-bedroom houses, there are 231 of these. Now, if you look at 2-bedroom, 1-bath homes, 49 properties, these will likely be the cheapest properties. 170, 174, 179, 180, 189, 190, $198,000. These are block homes, non-flood zone, and Holiday Lake Estates is a mandatory evacuation zone. So I'm going to assume that most people are going to want at least 2 bathrooms. 2-bathroom homes with 2 bedrooms. Actually, let's go ahead and add the more bedrooms. So we have 834 homes to choose from that are at least 2 bedrooms and at least 2 bathrooms. Let's go ahead and add for a larger number of bathrooms. So we've got 1,900 homes. How do we determine what's the best deal? We can look at year built. We can look at square footage. We can look at list price per square foot. And that's what I'm going to do. Oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and make this even more tighter for value. Let's take out the ones that have monthly fees. Average monthly fees of 0 is 429 properties. The cheapest one is $95,000. Let's see if this is an auction. This is an auction. So you got to be careful about these auction properties. They lure you in. All right, Dander. This is an unrepaired settlement home. If you don't know about those, please go to my website and watch the videos on settlement. Mulberry, Jasmine, 169, 185,000 in Regency Park, 189,000, 195,000. Crabtree. I think I might have owned a Crabtree before. This one, one-car garage. Let's go ahead and tighten this up some more because you want what you want. And if you're buying just based on price, then you're going to have to accept what you can get. I've got a garage added into this. Now, we've got 365 properties to look at. We're not going to be able to look at it. Dander is 149,000. Mulberry, 165,000, 169, 185. So we literally have 14 properties below $200,000. Interesting way to analyze these. If you are getting financing, you can add this FHA button here, and we are now at 262 properties. Now, in theory, these properties are properties where the seller has said they will make repairs. Cheapest property is $189,999. We call that $190,000. So you have 190,000, 195,000, 199. These are properties that in theory will finance. Let's look at this vineyard for $205,000. Wow, it's got a 2-car garage. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2-car garage for $205,000. So I'm going to assume that people want what they want. And what people really want is they want 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a garage. We have 121 properties. Let's take out the FHA and these will be the cheapest 39 properties. The ones that won't go FHA are going to be the most the ones that need work or deal, any offer considered. $185,000, 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bathrooms, 2 pictures. Been on the market for 11 days. Now, if this was really a good deal, it would have sold in the first week or two. 199,000. Zephyr Hills Manor with a mansard roof. Colonial Hills is a really good neighborhood. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, $199,000. He's not a fan of that roof. 5 pictures, not a fan of 5 pictures. Here is a 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom, 2-car garage. Not much on that roof as far as, you really try not to buy a house with a flat roof. Look at this, $215,000 in the lakes. The lakes are better in a sense over Regency Park and Embassy Hills because the lakes has larger lots and 1 foot higher ceilings. So we like the lakes a lot. Whippoorwill and Colonial Hills, Eisenhower, Aloha Gardens. This has got good elevation from the standpoint of flood zones, but it is in a mandatory evacuation zone, or at least it is west of 19. Aristida, there's 2 Aristidas, and this is not the other one. Let's shop more. Let's go to the 2-car garages, and we are at 18. Let's see if there are any 3-car garages. And there are none in this criteria. So 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2-car garage. We've got 18 homes that come up on this list. And these will be the best valued 322s. Richwood, we talked about. Embassy Hills, Pandora, $250,000. Gulf Highlands. Colonial Hills, great neighborhood, easy access to Pinellas County. Wow, I like it. Wow, look at all those sofas. Someone's into black leather. Yeah, no, look at this house. Oh, it's $300,000. It's so funny. I seem to like the ones that are more expensive. Let's take a moment and advertise me, Randy Jenkins. This is my YouTube channel. I do a lot of content on various subjects. Here's multifamily, here's pool homes, here's a webinar I just did on April 25th, 1 hour webinar. If you're a first time home buyer, you can easily just jump up into the search bar here. Here's 3 webinars I did on first time home buyer down payment assistance, getting financing. If you are looking at some of these cheaper settlement homes, here's 2 videos on settlement homes. If you have an interest in learning about owner financing, I have videos on owner financing. Waterfront, I have done extensive analysis on the waterfront, the flood homes, and I invite you to take a look at some of these videos. If you are on Facebook and you want to follow me on my business page, let me jump over to my business page. I post almost every day on Florida Real Estate Partners. And let's see the page. This is my real estate company, Florida Real Estate Partners. And you can come on here and see the content that I put out almost daily. Here's 7 building lots, $1 million starter home. This is a new just listed. This is a pool homes video. This is repeats of some of the content. Here we go with I just put a whole bunch of houses on auction.com and got to admit it didn't do too well. Here's a Tampa small home. This one just went under contract. If you have an interest in horse properties, please reach out to me. This video, though, was on the best deals in the market. So let's go ahead and do the very best deal on the market at this moment and see if we can come up with a definitive property that you can look at. Let's go Pasco County. We want to go with actually, we're not going to, we're going to do no flood zones, because if you have a choice, you can't buy in a flood zone and spend $200, $300, $500 a month on flood insurance. Housing for older people, we're going to take that out for now. And let's put in Pasco so that we have a stay in our market. There's 3,036 properties. Last thing I want to do is stick block homes in there, because block homes are going to be less likely to get knocked over by hurricanes and tornadoes. So there's 2,396. Let's go ahead at 0 monthly fees, which will effectively take out the deed restrictions. And how do we analyze what is the best deal on the market on a block home, not in the flood zone? We're going to go ahead and put in just an arbitrary number. There are 2 properties that are listed right now for less than $100 a square foot. Oh my goodness, this is a pretty scary house. And so this is not for me, and I hope it's not for you, but it's $89,000. Let's offer them 20 grand. San Carlos, this is an auction property. So none of these 2 are not worthy. Let's go ahead and go to $100 to $110 a square foot and see what is available. There are no properties. Let's go $120 or less per square foot. We still have those same 2 houses, $140 or less. All right, there's 7 properties. Now the first 2 we know are going to be those scary ones. So let's go look at Cherry Creek. This is the cheapest house on the market by price per square foot. This is $125 a square foot for 1,400 square feet. Dun, 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 dun. This is it. We made a conclusion. 10128 Cherry Creek. But this is in the 10,000 block of Regency Park. All of these homes right here have a pattern of having settlement issues. I believe, and I heard, and maybe it's an urban legend, but back when they were building Regency and Embassy, these were all orange groves. And they shoved all the trees up into this area. And there are trees that are underground, allegedly, then these homes were built over them, and they are all suffering from as the trees decompose, the homes above them lose their footing, and we see a lot of homes in the 10,000 block of Regency Park that have settlement issues. Anyway, it's real estate, and there's so much to talk about, and I just don't want to overwhelm you, but I do invite you to come out and talk to me if you have an interest in real estate. I look forward to the opportunity to serve. My name is Randy Jenkins. Where am I? Let me find me if I can put me back in and wave goodbye. Um, I can't seem to. Oh, here we go. Where's my picture? And oh, my camera went away. Let's put the camera back. Bye.